What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Soulfly Trades here, back with another video, and we are going over the weekly watch list for what we will be watching this week. I've had quite a few things on my mind. I think I want to start trying to deploy my fair value gap and Fibonacci strategy just to get more experience with it, because Friday I took off, of course, on the wrong day, and I had some levels here, not the fibs. I'll explain to you guys what the fibs are soon, but I had some levels, right? I drew some levels, some fair value gap levels, and Friday absolutely smacked my levels. Smacked my fair value gap levels, and also smacked my support and resistance levels, where I could have taken multiple trades. But I'm thinking that I want to start trying to deploy my fair value gap strategy, simply because it's just less noise on my screen. Looks a bit cleaner. Now I am going to be mainly using my break and retest strategy, because that obviously still works when using the fair value gaps. It broke through the fair value gap, came back and retested it. So I'm just trying to combine my strategies. And also because I've been cutting my positions way too early. I think that's more of a psychological thing, because I'm close to blowing these funded accounts, which I've come to terms with at this point. I have about $191 worth of risk. But I just want to try new strategies, man. I just want to get more trading strategies under my belt, because I know how to trade off of strictly price action. Hence why I like drawing levels in, because I'm looking at where price reacts from, where it bounces from, where it rejects from. But I'm trying to start trading more in this sense, if that makes sense. Having like my supply demand levels from the fair value gaps, also using Fibonacci retracements. But long story short, let's just get into this. So I have SPY up right here. Let's move to the weekly time frame. Okay, we're clearly on the weekly grind to the upside, clearly bullish. And if we're clearly bullish, what does that mean? That means we want to look for longs, want to pull back. So where could we possibly see price pull back from? I could see possibly price pulling right back into this previous support area, now turned back into demand. Let's see what happens when I use the fib on this 4 hour, since we technically haven't had the 4 hour pullback. But we had some crazy news. Jay Powell was hinting at a possible rate cut. So on the 4 hour we have levels. So with the 4 hour candlestick is giving us these price levels of 640.82 for our 50% fib and 639.9. Okay, I could see that, simply because it'd be retesting this area of now. It should be demand, since it hasn't retested it yet. But since price broke through like that, we should have unfilled buyers in this area for price to come back and fill it. So we could possibly see a pullback. I wouldn't be surprised. And even if you go off the hourly candle alone, let's go off this hourly candle. Another pullback area. So yeah, it might be a high probability that we might pull back, just to fill some orders for buyers to get filled to continue to move to the upside. But that doesn't mean we probably really cannot capitalize on the short opportunities. bias to the downside. But we also need to be very careful during that. Let me show you my levels that I already have drawn in. They're basically the same as the fibs, around that 639 and around the 641. So my levels are valid. That's what I'm saying. Like I know I can trade multiple ways. My levels hit. I can read price action. For me personally, it's more about holding my winners, holding them to the full price target. I've been cutting way too early lately. So that's basically what I'll be looking for on spot. I need that pullback there into the fair value gap area. We have a huge fair value gap area right here. This is huge. We have like this area, this whole area right here that's been unmitigated. Shoot, on every time frame right now. Yeah. So what we could also possibly do, we could possibly sweep liquidity. Hold on. We could possibly sweep liquidity, boom, and move right back to the upside. So I think that's something to want to look out for, something to be careful for. I'm really just trying to broaden my toolkit, if that makes sense. I'm trying to broaden my toolkit with my trading strategies, because I don't ever want to be like a one-hit wonder, or when the market starts switching up, I don't ever just want to have, I mean, yeah, my strategy works. The break and retest, it always works and it will forever work. But I'm just trying to have other ways that I could be confident in to make money. Because it's all the same. It's kind of all the same thing. I don't want to say that, but I want to say that. It's kind of all the same thing as long as you know how to read price action. That's why when people argue over which strategy is better, as long as you can read that price action, we're damn near doing the same thing, just in different ways. Might enter a little differently, something like that. But anyways, let's go ahead to QQQ here. We have another fair value gap here. Yeah, this is a big gap right there. Now, if we don't pull back, this could be the breakaway gap for more upside movement, because there are such things called breakaway gaps, where those are the gaps that we don't mitigate, don't come back to retest. Those are usually the breakaway gaps. But let's go into this hourly here. Oh, we definitely will be approaching resistance soon. What's that 4 hour look like? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely see resistance around there. Pretty big gaps we have here, fair value gaps that we have here. I definitely see the possibility of price pulling back before another upside movement. Let's draw our Fibonacci retracements. Yep, falling right in this area where I have my levels. So we have the 59% retracement at around 569.3, almost 570, about 70 cents short. And we have the 61.8% Fibonacci retracements. The reason why I only have these two up there because those are the two key fibs that you want to be paying attention to when price is reacting off of them. Those are the two key fibs that you could possibly take a move off of. The most reliable Fibonacci retracement percentages. It's the 50% and the 61.8%. So I think Monday is going to be definitely a day to wait for price action to confirm which direction it wants to go, because if it starts, stagnating on Monday morning and present some opportunity for shorts, I would possibly be looking for a short opportunity, depending on price action, of course. But it all depends. Yeah, I think price could pull back. QQQ definitely has, it could definitely pull back. But we'll see, We don't want to get greedy or anything. I'm really trying to come in this next week different, bro. Like, I'm really trying to come in different next week. I'm trying to come in different looking at my levels like this and not just having, because I just want to try something. I want to challenge myself, I want to try trading a little bit different, Not sure if it's the best thing to try to do, switch up when I'm this close to blowing the fundeds, but it is what it is. I just want to try something new, because I'm still trading the same. That's what's blowing my mind. It's just my charts look different from where I'm drawing my levels, which means I'd have to be more patient. I feel like if I chart it like this, I'd have to be more patient like this, since there's less things to try to react off of, less information to confuse me and stuff like that. But as always, we want our time frames to align before we do anything. But I definitely think price could pull back. Not even on cap. But I think what I'm mainly gonna be looking for, as far as like we'll probably get the best RR, is maybe pullback longs. I'm not saying we won't get any scalp opportunities on the short side, but I think for the best RR, it might be the pullback longs. But as always, whatever the market presents us, we got to be there to understand what it's presenting us to be able to take it. So even if the best RR might be shorts, but it's might be longs, but it's presenting shorts, then we have to be ready to take those shorts accordingly to price action. So I'm just trying to rewire my brain. My brain is already rewired because trading, but rewire it, to try to have more of a bigger picture aspect in mind, zooming out sort of, if you want to say, and to force me basically to hold these trades longer instead of getting, anxious whenever we hit another key level, to try to understand the bigger picture more, to catch more of a, bigger move to expand my RR just a little bit more. But as always, trading is a game of trial and error, and we're learning. You know, that's all that matters. We're learning. You know, I had a bad last week. I ended off the week horribly. Damn near blew the account, but it's fine. You know, I came to terms with it. You know, I owned up to my mistakes of me not waiting for the candles to close and retest my levels. I was entering on the candle breakage on the 5-minute, not even waiting for the 5-minute to close, and they will pull all the way back on me. So that's my fault. I accept that, and we are moving into it next week, the new week, with a clear mindset, with new goals, trying to hit new highs. You know, even if I blow the accounts, I don't care. I'm gonna keep going because I'm on to something here. I know how to read the charts. It's all about execution. That's what I'm working on. It's my execution. And once I execute, I'm working on holding the trades as best as possible to my price targets. But anyway, here's some news that we have this upcoming week. Got some new home sales data, durable goods, consumer confidence. The big boy is this: initial jobless claims. That's the big boy. And GDP. I'm thirsty. But yeah. But got some personal income, PCE. Year-over-year PCE. That's basically it. So it's not gonna be as failed like last week. And the crazy part is, I took the day off when Jay Powell was speaking. You know, that's why I always feel like it's important to, even if you say you're gonna take off, just show up. Even if you're not expecting to take a trade, just show up, because something like yesterday would have brought literally my account right back with 3 contracts, and I wasn't there, and it's completely my fault. I feel like that was God basically showing me you can mess up one day and the next day you can make it back, you know. So definitely something that I'm learning. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, I pride myself on being transparent with you, and I look forward to growing on this journey with you. And make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It means the world to me, and you know, just gives me more motivation to put out videos to you guys, win or lose, showing you the real journey, you know, and not these fake gurus selling you $1,000 courses and they not even really making money. But anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.